I am Shahnawaz Alam, Assistant Professor, Department of Political Science, Farjun College, Fazilganj, District Araria, Bihar. Hello, everybody. Today, I will discuss about the fundamental rights. First, we will discuss the rights. As we know that rights are the are those powers and freedoms which are essential for a good life. And now the question arises: what is fundamental? Fundamental rights are those rights which are enshrined our constitution. It means that they are incorporated in the laws of the land. It means that it is also enforceable. Enforceable means that if anyone violates the fundamental rights, then the courts have the power to punish him or her. This is the basic upon which people realizes their inner development. Without the fundamental rights, no one can develop their personality. In our constitution, there are six fundamental rights given to the Indian citizens. They are grouped as right to equality, second, right to freedom, third, right against exploitation, fourth, right to freedom of religion, fifth, cultural and educational rights, and last one, right to constitutional remedies. Now we will discuss about the right to equality. As equality itself indicates that no one will be discriminated, or it means that all are equal and no discrimination will be made either on the ground of caste, religion, sex, or etc. Under it, there are several rights given to the citizens, such as equality before law, prohibition of discrimination, equality of opportunity, and abolition of untouchability. Now we will discuss about equality before law. It means that every citizen of India is equal before law. It means that will be no discrimination either on the basis of caste, religion, sex, gender, etc. All are equal in the eyes of law. Now the second is prohibition of discrimination. It means that no citizen shall be denied. On the ground, no citizen shall be denied to avail any facilities either on the ground of caste, religion, sex. Next is equality of opportunity. It means that all the citizens have equal rights to take employment either given by the central government or state government. Means there will be no discrimination either on the basis of caste, religion, sex, and gender. Next is abolition of untouchability. It means that it is prohibited and everyone has the rights to avail every facilities given by the government, and no one shall be denied to access any shops, wells, or any public places. In brief, we can say that right to equality indicates or describes that everyone is equal, no one will be discriminated. Now we will discuss about second right to freedom. Under it, there are several rights given to the citizens, such as freedom of speech and expression. It means you are free to think and to express your views, either even against the government. If government works well, you can write about the government's welfare. If you or if you think that the government is not working according to the constitution, you can write against the government. You are free. No government can punish you. Next, freedom of assembly. Every citizen of India can assemble anywhere for their causes, and freedom to form association and union, right to move freely throughout the territory of India, right to reside and settle any part of the territory of India, right to practice any profession, to carry on any occupation, trade or business, right to information. Article 19 2005, it is very important. It is added in 2005. Under it you can take any information any from the government departments. It is very powerful instrument to the public to know about the working of the governments. Right to education, it is also added in 2010. It is notified in 2010 and passed by Parliament in 2009. It means that to the age of 14, every child has the right to take education. Right to life, it is also a very important right under it. And a personal liberty. No person shall be deprived of his life as personal liberty except according to procedure established by law. Now we will discuss about right against exploitation. No citizen will be exploited. Under it, prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. Forced labor means beggar. And second right under it is the prohibition of employment of children in factories. It means that no children can be employed in hazardous industries. Next right is right to freedom of religion. Under it, freedom of conscience and free profession and propagation of religion. Everyone has the freedom of whatever religion they want to adopt can adopt and profess and propagate. Next right under it is the freedom to manage their religious affairs. And next right is cultural and educational rights. Under it, right to conserve to the language, script and culture. This right is given to the minorities. Minorities can establish their educational institution for the protection of language, script and culture. Now, last right is the constitutional remedies. It is very important, and this right is described by the Dr. Ambedkar, very soul and heart of the constitution. Because unless and until there is a force behind all the rights, we cannot avail the rights. This right means that if anyone violates the fundamental rights, either the government or any particular citizens, then the citizen can move to the courts, Supreme Courts, and under it, Supreme Court and the High Court have various types of writs. Under it can propagate, it can enforce the fundamental rights of the citizens. That's all.